Hello and welcome to another video from the Marketing Study Guide. In this video, we'll be looking at what is the Conjunctive Decision Rule. My name's Jeff and I'm a long-time lecturer and marketing practitioner. Okay, to start with, we've got to have a look at where these rules fit in. There are multiple rules in the consumer behavior space, and this is our buyer decision process, as you've probably seen before, and the consumer goes through these steps. And I've highlighted here evaluation of alternatives because the decision rules fit in here. Typically, our choice of decision rules are compensatory and non-compensatory. And in this particular video, we'll be looking at the conjunctive rule, and I have videos on all the other decision rule approaches. Okay, to make sense of this, I'm going to start with a scoring model for choosing a hotel. As you can see, there are 4 hotels. There is a series of product attributes down here. They've been rated by importance, which is important for the compensatory decision rule. And then each one has been scored, for each hotel, each attribute scored out of 10. So the higher the number, the better the perceived quality. Okay, so we're going to come back to that, but just quickly, the conjunctive rule is a non-compensatory approach. That means we are looking at key attributes, okay? And we select key attributes important to the consumer, and we say, what is the minimum perception of quality, or how well does that product attribute provide us? And we set a cutoff point. So in our case, it'll be score out of 10. And typically they will select at least 2 or more attributes that, in their opinion, their perception, need to be acceptable. Okay, so to work through it, we're going to use 2 examples. Consumer A is interested in spacious rooms and service levels of the hotel, and they want a score of 6 or more for both. So you can see the word "and" there. And consumer B is happier with just 5 out of 10, but they want 3 attributes to be in the play: near the beach, in a big city, and good views. Okay, so let's go back to our table and work out what they would choose. So as we remember, consumer A wants the spacious rooms, this one here, and service levels. So got to be at least 6 plus. So we go through and go, okay, hotel A, 3 out of 10, that's out. 6, 9, and 6, they're all 6 or more, so we're happy with those, a little smiley face. And then we look at service levels. 6, that's a smiley face, 4 is not good enough, 4 is not good enough, but 6 is. And that gives us our choice of Hotel D. Now this happens because we are looking for "and." So every attribute that we're interested in must have a smiley face or be perceived as acceptable. Anytime there's a cross using the conjunctive rule, it's immediately ruled out as a possibility. Okay, let's repeat the same process for consumer B. That's what they're after, those 3 attributes and a 5 plus score. So near the beach, yes, 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 no, so Hotel D is out. Same thing happens for a big city. B is there and D is there, but D's already been ruled out. And for good views, they all have acceptable views, 5 or more. But again, we look at the only offering, in this case, that has a smiley face or an acceptable level each time. Okay, so we can see that consumer A went for Hotel D, and consumer B went for this one as well, Hotel B. They both used the conjunctive rule, but they both ended up with different decisions, and that is because they used different attributes and different scoring levels. So just because two consumers use the same decision rule, they still reflect back on what they're looking for and what their needs are, and indeed they will come up with most likely a different choice. Just to keep in mind that there could have been 2 or more hotels that had the ticks or the smiley faces all the way along. So one of the limitations with the conjunctive rule is you may not get a clear winner. You might get 2 or more, or indeed you might rule out everybody. So you start with all brands. The consumer uses a conjunctive rule based on their required attributes and levels of perceived quality. That usually narrows it down to a small set of acceptable brands, and in most cases they'll have to use a second decision rule to make a final choice. As a very simple tip, the way to remember the conjunctive rule is to use the word con at the start and think about the word connected. So the attributes are connected. So all the attributes are going to be this and this and this. So that's it. There's videos on all the rest. So thank you for watching, and I hope you got value out of the video.